in place.
Yes. You know, the other very interesting question here is what would represent South India best at the center, and who rather would represent South India best at the center. The BJP overwhelmingly gets a 68.2% as opposed to the Congress, which is at 9.1%. You know, so this is a very interesting sort of a figure to look at. I don't know. You know, once again, we cannot verify independently whether the respondents have been primarily from the south or whether it is, you know, people with the general political opinion who've participated in this poll. So one doesn't know whether this is actually the voter sentiment, but this is, of course, an opinion at best is what we can term it as. Sree Iyer, do you want to take that on? Do you think that there is an increasing popularity for the BJP government at the center? And you know, let's not look at, you know, what local forces are at play, because South India is typically, you know, governed by a lot of local political parties who are at, you know, the forefront of, you know, the political battleground there. But do you believe that generally there is acceptability of a BJP government at the center in the south?
Yes, I think so, because if you look at the relative growth of the four southern states, Karnataka is way ahead of the others, with probably the unified Andhra Pradesh #2 and Tamil Nadu and Kerala coming third and fourth. And if you look at how who has been in power, Karnataka has almost always had either it's almost always had a national party, either it was a Congress or BJP or JDS, and that, you know, has made a difference. I mean, in terms of the growth, most of the people who are educated in the other southern states tend to gravitate towards either Bangalore or towards Hyderabad. Hyderabad is coming up later. So that tells you that the growth of the states under national parties has been more compared to the regional parties. And the regional parties tend to paint themselves into corner because of always staying with regional issues, even when there is a national election. They are unable to suddenly take up, broaden their vision and say that, you know, if elected, we will do something for the country. And this is their strength, and this is their weakness. And I see in maybe 15, 20 years, the entire South India also turning similar towards what Karnataka is experiencing now.
Okay. In terms of which of these leaders from the south of India actually is, you know, more nationally acceptable, because like we said, we cannot verify whether these are, you know, political opinion pan-India, because there are several people from across the country, even different parts of the world, who participated in this poll. So this isn't necessarily an opinion that is emanating from the south. But does this, Sree Iyer, in a certain sense go to show that if you look at a national figure, it is Chandrababu Naidu who has more acceptability, you know, when it comes to, you know, a more widely acceptable face from the south?
And I can see why. If you just take the growth of the two big cities for IT reforms, in terms of the IT growth in the last 15, 20 years, Hyderabad and Bangalore, you know, Chandrababu Naidu first built the roads that made the city to connect to the airport, and then built the airport. And the rivers happened in Bangalore.
Yes.
Okay, so it used to be a nightmare getting to the airport because the roads were not there. So some of these little things that he did went a long way in terms of making it easy for people to, you know, build up companies there. And it's really sad that, you know, after he got, you know, this bifurcated state in his control, somehow something has gone wrong. And I cannot place a finger on why it went wrong for Chandrababu Naidu, except to say perhaps the coastal, what is now Andhra is already fairly developed, and what you have to do more is, you know, you have to bring in a lot more effort to start showing some progress. And the building of the capital city, Amaravati, has been stuck, mired in controversies, funding problems, and so on and so forth. And therefore, he has not been quite as effective as what he was when he was operating the unified state. And just to finish it off, just one little thing, you know, Karnataka or others, they've been in politics for a long, Jayalalitha, they've been in politics for 30 plus years, you know, and Chandrababu Naidu is fondly remembered nationally because of his role in the NDA-1 also. He was an NDA partner then too. And therefore, in terms of vision, I think he was the first one who exhibited the vision that perhaps Narendra Modi inherited or drew from that. His vision was the 1990s. You see, so he was way ahead of the pack in terms of all the chief ministers who had the vision of a pan and India to attract good talent to Hyderabad and so on and so forth. So I think
Also
that's why
voted
you're
very
seeing
highly
this.
when it comes to, best probable candidate from the south is PV. Okay. Sree Iyer, do you agree with that? The fact that there is an opinion online as well that the Congress JDS rift is going to impact poll prospects. Do you think that's going to be an issue? Or do you think people
Yes,
will
that
vote?
is going to be an issue.
Okay.
No, that is going to be an issue, and they are going to vote for a more stable presence at the center. My expectation is that BJP will probably do extremely well. In fact, better than what they did in 2014. I would not be surprised if BJP gets 20 plus seats out of the 28 that it's contesting in Karnataka.
Okay. Sumitra,